Next, sexually transmitted disease, that is syphilis. So what is syphilis? It is a sexually transmitted disease or infection, that is STI or the STD. That is syphilis. It is a sexually transmitted disease or the infection and which is caused by the organism, that is the Treponema pallidum. Yes, I am repeating, it is a sexually transmitted disease and which is caused which is caused by the bacteria, that is Treponema pallidum. So this disease is start as a painless sore which are typically on a genitals, rectum or mouth. Yes, this disease start as a painless sore which are typically on a genitals, rectum or a mouth. Then this syphilis is spread from a person to person via or through the skin or through the mucous membrane or contact with this sore. Yes, this syphilis, this disease is spread from a person to person via a skin or through a mucous membrane contact with the sores. Then after the initial infections, this syphilis, the bacteria can lie dormant in the body for a decade before becoming active again. Yes, then how it is transmitted? Simply, what is syphilis? Or it is a disease or it is a sexually transmitted infection which is caused by bacterium, that is Treponema pallidum. So how it is transmitted? Then this infection is transmitted from person to person by force, that is by sexual intercourse. In sexual intercourse, it causes lesion or glands on penis or vulva, vagina, cervix. Then second mode of transmission, intimate person to person contact with lesion on teeth, tongue or fingers. Then transfusion of infected blood. Then maternofetal transmission case of genital syphilis. So these are the few modes of transmission of this syphilis. Next, that is symptoms. So what are the symptoms? On the basis of the symptoms, it can be divided into a different stages. First, that is primary syphilis, then secondary, next latent syphilis, next tertiary syphilis and congenital syphilis. First, that is primary syphilis. The first sign of the syphilis is a small sore called as chancre, CHANCRE. So this sore which appear at the place where the bacteria which entered into the body. I am repeating here, this primary syphilis, the first sign of the syphilis is a small sore and which is called as chancre, and the sore which appear at the place where the bacteria entered into the body. It means where the sore is appeared through this or from this bacteria which are entered into the body. Then while the most people infected with syphilis develop only one chancre, that is this sore. Or some people develop more than one sores. These sores usually develop about 3 weeks after their exposure, but it is painless and this sore will be healed on its own within 3 or 6 weeks. Then secondary syphilis. See here, you can see here the presence of the sore or chancre on penis. Then secondary syphilis. Within a few weeks of this sore healing, the person may experience a rash that begins on a trunk but eventually covers an entire body along with palm and also soles of feet. Yes, after healing of this, the person may experience a rash that begins on a trunk but eventually it covers entire body along with palm and sole of feet. Then this rash is usually not itchy and it may be accompanied by like sores in a mouth and also genital areas. And some people having the experience of that is hair loss, muscle ache, fever, sore throat, and swollen lymph nodes. The next, latent syphilis. If secondary syphilis is not treated, then it enters into the latent, that is hidden stage. See, latent, it means a hidden stage, and where the symptoms are not observed. And this stage, this latent stage can last for a few years, Then next, that is tertiary syphilis, that is late syphilis. About 15 to 30% of people infected with syphilis who don't get treatment and will develop a complications known as tertiary syphilis. See, I am repeating here, about 15 to 30% of people infected with syphilis who don't get treatment will develop a complications, and which known as a tertiary or the late syphilis. And in the late stage, the disease may damage, so it damage to the brain, then nerve, then eye, heart, blood vessel, liver, bone and joints. Then this problem may occur many years after the first infection. Then next, that is congenital syphilis. That the baby born to a woman who have syphilis can become infected through the placenta or they can infected through the placenta or during the birth. Then most newborn with a congenital syphilis have no symptoms, although there are basically no symptoms, but some show symptoms like rashes on the palm of their hands, then soles of their feet. Then another symptoms includes deafness, then teeth deformities, and saddle nose where the bridge of the nose collapse. So these are the few symptoms of this syphilis. Next point, that is, what are the causes of this syphilis? The cause of this syphilis, it means, so which is the causative agent of this syphilis? This syphilis is a sexually transmitted disease or infection which is caused by the bacterium, that is Treponema pallidum, and the bacteria which is enter into the body through what? It is enter into the body through a minor cuts or the abrasion on the skin or the mucous membrane. See, I am repeating here, this syphilis which is caused by a bacterium, that is Treponema pallidum, and this bacteria which are enter into the body through a minor cuts or the abrasions on the skin or the mucous membrane. And this syphilis is a contagious during its primary and secondary stages, and sometime in the early latent period. But less commonly, this syphilis is transmitted through a direct, unprotected, close contact with an active lesion, such as during a kissing or through an infected mother to her baby during the pregnancy or a childbirth. That is a congenital syphilis. It means it is transmitted from a mother to her baby during a pregnancy or during childbirth. So these are the causes. Next, that is complications. So what are the complications of this disease? There are different complications. First, that is small bump or tremors, then neurological problems, then next cardiovascular problem, then HIV infection, and last, that is pregnancy and childbirth complications. Without treatment, in complications here, without treatment, this syphilis can lead a damage throughout the body. If the syphilis is treated, if it's okay, then if it is left untreated, then it can causes or it can lead to damage throughout the body. And this syphilis also increase the risk of HIV infection, and for women it can cause problem during their pregnancy, and treatment can help to prevent a future damage. Yes, this treatment can be helpful for preventing a future complications. So first complication, that is small bump or tumors. bump or a tumor, also called as gumatz. This bump can develop on a skin, bone or liver or any other organ in the late stage of syphilis. And this usually disappear after taking or after treatment with antibiotics. The next point, that is neurological problem. For in that first, that is, or for example, stroke, meningitis, hearing loss, then visual problem, dementia, then loss of pain and temperature, and also the loss of temperature sensation, then sudden lightning like pain, the next cardiovascular problem. Then in that this syphilis is disease which also damage to the heart valves. Then next, that is HIV infections. As I said earlier, this if syphilis is not treated, then it if it is left untreated, then it causes or there is risk of HIV. In adult with sexually transmitted syphilis or a genital ulcer have a estimated 2 to 5 fold increased risk of HIV. Then pregnancy and childbirth complications. A pregnant woman with syphilis transmit this disease to a baby. As I said earlier, if this disease is left untreated, then it causes a problem during a pregnancy. And this congenital syphilis greatly increases the risk of miscarriage, stillbirth or newborn death within a few days after a birth. I'm repeating here, this congenital syphilis greatly increases the risk of miscarriage, stillbirth or newborn death within a few days of birth. So this is all about a syphilis.